Power Rangers Wild Force. This took a lot of me to get through this. This was a hard series to get through. This was a very hard series to get through. This is Power Rangers Wild Force, which was celebrating its 10th anniversary of Power Rangers, so that had that going for that. This is about 5 Rangers who live on this island called Turtle Cove. When they live with this woman protecting animals and the nature called the Animarium, and so together they are just the Wild Force Rangers. I thought Turbo was pretty bad. I thought Turbo was a disaster. Until Wild Force. For me, there is plenty wrong with Wild Force. I had the hardest time getting through this. My wife hated it. I hated it. It was a train wreck of a series. And the one thing that was completely wrong with this film is that it pushed the idea of protecting animals, the environment, and just being kind to everybody down your throat. I'm all for protecting animals and the environment and being nice, but I don't need to see it every single episode. I mean, come on. It just seemed way too overdramatic and way too corny when they are having this dialogue of, you have to protect yourself and the nature and the world around you. Be kind to everybody. No one cares. I don't care. So that was like the glaring issue for me, is that it had this message and it wanted you, the viewers, to know the message. Then you had the Rangers, who the acting wasn't the best, but you had a variety of different Rangers. It was a very diverse cast, and you had the young guy in here, and he looked like Wanda Sykes. I kept on calling him Wanda Sykes. My wife didn't see it, but I did. I saw Wanda Sykes in him.
Oh, damn.
The villain. What was the villain? I just watched it and I cannot think of the villain. Let's Google it. Power Rangers Wild Force villain. Let's see. Oh, it was the Master Orgs. That's what it was. It was the guy who had the third eyeball and the horn and the 2 people that cried too much. So they had a series of villains called Master Orgs, and one of them actually had a pretty interesting backstory into regards why he was a villain, but when they revealed it, I was like, of course you did that. Of course you went that route. It was a pretty interesting villain, but once they revealed his secret, I wasn't involved anymore. So the villains, once again, are not that great. The Rangers are not that great, and the storyline overall was just bland as can be. Then they had this side ranger who once was a villain and became a good ranger, and he felt like he couldn't be a ranger with the villains because he was bad and they couldn't trust him overall. But he ended up being a Power Ranger, so there's that. I don't know. It was a pretty bad series. I just could not get into the storyline or the villains or the Rangers. It was way too corny. The dialogue was so cheesy. I just was not having fun with this series at all. But this had the coolest Power Ranger episode ever. Celebrating its 10th anniversary, they had the Forever Red episode, where villains from Zeo were bringing back Lord Zed's Zord of sorts, and Tommy was recruiting all of the Red Rangers. So we had Jason as the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Tommy from Zeo, TJ from Turbo, Andros from Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, and the Quantum Ranger from Time Force, and the Alien Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I can't even think of the other Red Rangers' names, but they all got together and they fought on the moon. And I thought the action was handled really well. It was an awesome episode, and they reference other seasons throughout the episode, and I just was so happy with that episode. I was smiling to see Jason and Tommy and Andros and TJ all on screen. I was having such a blast with that episode, and that's the one thing I will take back from Wild Force. Everything else I will not remember for this series. So, have you guys seen Wild Force? It celebrated its 10th anniversary. I think was like 2003 when they released this, and it was the last series, I think, before they transitioned from Fox to ABC Family, which next is Power Rangers Ninja Storm. So have you guys seen Wild Force? What do you think about it? Comment down below with your thoughts on Power Rangers Wild Force. Thank you guys for checking out all these Power Rangers series reviews. I am just pumping these out now because I gotta get all of them out before March 24th. So expect maybe a couple a week if you guys don't watch them. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching it, but I understand if you don't want to watch these Power Rangers series reviews. It's Power Rangers, it's kids. A lot of people forgot about it in the middle point of these series, so I understand. I truly understand. But thank you guys for watching. As always, this is Just Watches Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.